logic controller. Earlier, it was named as PC, that is program controller. Because the PC is having conflict with the other general PC available, which is nothing but personal computer. So later it is replaced with PLC. So PLC definition is this one. Formal definition of PLC is this one. But you see two terms I have highlighted in particular. One is control function, another one monitoring. The basic function of programmable logic controller is to perform controlling operation and to perform monitoring operation. So its definition is like this. When a question asked or appear in the examination, define PLC. After expanding PLC, you need to give this definition. It is a user-friendly microprocessor. UP stand for microprocessor based specialized computer. So what is PLC basically? It is actually a computer, but specialized computer that carries out control function of many types and levels of different complexity. Another purpose is to perform crucial monitoring of process parameter operation and also to adjust various set points of the process. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
The other thing which we need to discuss under the key term discussion is PLC is made in such a way that it should meet the industrial requirement. We all know that basically in industry, computer skilled persons are not usually available. They have skills in their specialized subject. So, because PLC is made with computer hardware and related software, so PLC is made in such a way that it should make the operation of programming PLC, changing the content of PLC, interfacing with the inputs devices, output devices, and the programmer is made to the maximum extent easier so that an unskilled person also who is less literate in computer will be able to perform operation with PLC. That is, it can be programmed, it can be controlled, it can be operated by a person unskilled in operating a computer, but who is okay, none less PLC literate. That's what I was trying to explain you. We all know that what we will do in programming PLC. What we will do in programming PLC, usually you see used to draw few lines, right? Like this. Okay. So typically operator draws the lines and devices of ladder diagram with the help of keyboard, and it is appearing on the display screen. The resulting drawing is converted into machine language and run as the user program. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
This is typically some input and this is some output. User write this with the help of keyboard, then later it become the executable file. Now, so far we have covered a short answer question, that is definition, and some key term introduction about the PLC. Now we are moving to a possible long answer question called as history of PLC. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We need to remember a few dates and a few terms to answer to this question. Okay, PLC was evolved, as I told you, it is nothing but a microprocessor based specialized computer, right? Made for industry standard, to which inputs can be connected and output can be taken out, and a display can be connected. This is the typical block diagram of PLC, but we will see about this thing later. Initially, PLC was used, okay, uh, for automotive industry to reduce the changeover time of the controller. It was first introduced in industry in the years 1960 to 1970. The purpose is to reduce the changeover time of the controller, right? This is the purpose. What is the meaning of changeover time, reducing changeover time of the controller? We all know that in industry, apart from having one controller, controllers are connected in cascade. Controllers are connected in cascade. If suppose there is a problem coming in this controller, okay, the switching can be done from this controller to another controller. So initially in the year 1960 to 1970, the PLC was used in order to perform this switching operation from one controller into another controller. The intention is fast switching. Hope this point is clear to everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Later in 1973, because people started making with the help of having the easier VLSI implementation, people started making microprocessor based small computers. Okay, microprocessor based small computer, and the cost is also going down. So then in that case, what industry also started thinking is, they also started thinking of making controlling operation, monitoring operation with the help of this electronic based system, that is microprocessor based specialized computer. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the same concept was increased exponentially as the cost of implementation of microprocessor based CPU is coming down. So it is mentioned over here, the market of PLC grow from the volume of 50 millions to 1 billion per year from 1978 to 1990. Okay, okay, still growing. Now the market up to the close of 2003, these people spent $1.4 billion on PLC development. Hope it is clear to everybody. These are the few points extracted about history of PLC. Yes, no?
Sir.
Yeah. Now, before going further, I would like to tell you a few things about PLC. In industry, the controller is there even before PLC. I repeat, in industry, controller is there even before PLC. And the logic which is used to implement controller is called as relay logic. What is the logic people use to implement controller even before PLC? The answer is relay logic. It is considered to be a thing which you people know before coming to this course. That is the reason I am telling you this as the recap related content. So please accept this information from me. Okay. So before PLC, the controller was there still, and that was implemented with the help of a logic called as relay logic. So relay logic size is something looking like this. You see, this much big. Okay. It's like a Boolean logic implementation. Suppose it is asked to realize a complicated, a big size Boolean function in which there is only a few outputs. Each output is dependent on instead few inputs. So what we will do, we will write y is equal to some x1 x2 plus x1 plus x2, something like that, right? So that is called as relay logic. We can realize this type of relay logic not only with the help of logic gates, but also with the help of some other old available relays. What is relays? It's nothing but like our normal switch, the mechanical switch which we use to control our home appliances.
On off.
Yes, on off switches. On means logic high, off means logic low. So using that type of switches, we can realize the Boolean function, and that is actually the controller implementation. And that is taking the size. Can you see the screen? More clear picture
Yes,
you can
sir.
have from the textbook. So this big size of controllers or realization industry used to have for their production. So this figure shows an older relay type of control panel used in process control. So the problem with this is it is large. It contains hard wiring. Agree or not? Is it containing hard wiring? Just see this figure. Is it containing hard wiring?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by hard wiring? The meaning of hard wiring is the logic is implemented with the help of hardware. Yes, no.
Yes, yes.
I just give you a simple example. Suppose y1 is the output. Okay, I'm writing the function y1 is equal to x1, x2, or x1 bar, x3, or something like this. In order to realize this particular function, if suppose we are using the hard wiring, what we will do? We will write like this. Okay, one wire we connected directly. We all know that in wiring two wires are needed. One is corresponding to 5 volt, another is corresponding to ground. Ground is connected directly to ground. This is control. So this control is suppose of output. So this output we wire by taking the help of switches. Switch, one switch x1, another switch x2 because they are connected in series. Then later on that is connected in parallel, right? X1 bar, what is X1 bar? Already connected. X3, both are connected in series. And this is the output. Sorry, this is the output. This is the output that we connect to this particular wire. Hope it is clear to everybody. We will understand this in the course, more detail about this thing. I have realized this particular function with the help of physical relays like switches. I'm using X1 as a switch, I'm using X2 as a switch, I'm using X3, which is by default close, right? And this is, no, sorry, this is X1 again. This is X3. X3 is normally open, X2 is normally open, X1 is normally closed, X3 is normally open, and that is connected to Y. This logic either we can realize with the help of logic gates, or we can realize with the help of ladder diagram, with the help of contacts and coils. We will see this thing later. This can also be realized with the help of switches. That is what I would like to explain you now. Agree or not? Bolo Baba.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Instead of using the software logic, we can use the physical hardware to realize this thing. Don't forget that. Don't think that software is the only possible solution for implementing controller. No, hardware is not the only possible solution for implementing controller. Instead, we can use hardware also. Maybe I have given the wrong word. I'm making my sentence correct. software is not the only solution for controller implementation. Sometimes we can use for implementation of controller hardware also. If we use hardware, the resultant controller is called as this thing, relay type of control panel. Is it clear to everybody? If somebody while taking your interview ask you this question, then keep this thing in your mind. What is the meaning of relay type of control panel? The meaning of this is implementation of controller logic function with the help of what? Hello? With the help of what?
Hardware.
And what is the meaning of PLC? Implementation of controller with the help of
Software.
yes. The same thing is getting done with the help of software. Earlier it is used to done with the help of hardware, and the name is relay logic or relay type of control panel. What is the disadvantage with that? It is too large. It contains hard wiring. It contains hardwired interconnection. It contains so many relays. It is having aging problem. It is having friction problem. So that leads to maintenance problem. Hope it is
Yes.
clear to everybody.
Yes.
How is my audio? Audio is okay?
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay.
I kept my video off. Will that be okay? Or can I keep my video also on?
No, sir. No, sir. No problem.
Not really needed. Okay then. Now let us come to the counterpart of relay logic. What is the counterpart of relay logic? I want you to answer. What is the counterpart of relay logic?
Sir, for counting the number of
Counterpart, I said. Counterpart means the replacer of relay logic.
Yes.
Correct. The device which replaces relay logic is called as PLC. So PLC replaces relay panel and perform the same logic control task. And what is the gain we are getting with this? We all know that the size of PLC is nothing but just equivalent to our microprocessor based central processing unit. That used to be very, very small, compact, handy, and moreover more reliable. As the number of logics are implemented, more logics are implemented with the help of software, so more hardware are replaced with software, so it is more reliable. The reason is there will be no friction problem, there will be no electromechanical relays involvement, which is having aging problem. Every time relay is making contact, so its life is becoming smaller. That type of problem you can easily solve with the help of replacing the logic implementation. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The other advantage of implementing the control system, okay, with PLC is you see if suppose in order to make the logic implementation with the help of software, and suppose somebody asks you to change the logic, क्या करना पड़ेगा भाई आपको? What is that you need to do? You need to just change the program.
Rewired. Rewired.
You need to just change the program. Changing program is nothing but editing program, replacing with the new logic. So rewiring here is software based. So we can say that in this particular case, rewiring is easier because it is software based. That implies easy rewiring. In case of relay logic, if suppose one of the relay is giving error, even though we are not willing to change the logic. One of the relay is giving an error. We need to locate which relay is giving error. We need to go to that particular relay and we need to remove that and replace with a new one. That is too difficult task. If suppose it is asked to replace the entire logic with a new one, imagine how difficult that is. Sometimes we need to just garbage all the control system and make a new one for new logic. So that all problem we can we will be able to solve with the help of PLC programming. Hope this is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
So what are the things we have discussed so far? Just have a recap about this thing. We have seen the definition of PLC. We have seen the expansion of PLC. It stands for Programmable Logic Controller.
Logic controller.
Yeah, Programmable Logic Controller. Earlier it was termed as Program Controller because it is having a conflict with personal computer. That's why it is replaced with PLC term. Basically, the PLC is having two functions. It is made with microprocessor. First point, its main sets of function is control and monitoring. The two main set of PLC function is this one. Somebody asks you a question, what is the main function of PLC? बोलो तो क्या बोलेंगे?
Control and monitoring.
Control and monitoring, right? Okay. The other introductory information about this thing is less computer skill person, or basically instrumentation engineer can very easily handle PLC. So what exactly we do in PLC? We write or draw some wiring, right, in which few inputs connections are there, few output connections are there, and later on this wiring file become executable file that go and run on your specialized computer called as PLC. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, I have moved to history of PLC. In that, I have given a few highlighted point about the history of PLC. Initially, the PLC was started using in industry for automotive plant for changing the changeover time of controller. Okay. Later, as the cost of PLC microprocessor chip started reducing due to the invention in the area of VLSI, so people started thinking of using PLC even in the field of control. So in the year 1973, that concept has come in the industry, and in the year 1980, people have started using PLC, and then more investment has done in that. So about the investment, a few points you can write. In the year 1970, $80 million was spent in the industry for the development of PLC, and it was increased to 1 billion in the year 1990, and in 2003 it is increased or extended to 1.4 billion. So this is a brief about the history of PLC. Before moving further, I have given you a brief comparison between the older control system comparison with the new control system implementation done with PLC. So I told you in older control system also we realize logic functions. Older control system is called as a relay type of control system. It is implemented. The key features of this thing is it is implemented with hardware. Its size is very large. Okay, it contains a lot of hardware interconnection, which leads to maintenance problem. So in short, control system implemented with hardware is called as a relay type of control system, and control system implemented with software is called as PLC type of control system. Later on, I have shown you about the PLC and its few advantages I will discuss. Now, if it is okay, then I will move to next topic.
Yes, sir.
After discussing this thing, the next topic mentioned in the syllabus is advantages and disadvantages of using PLC. Okay, let us first see the advantages. So this slide is actually talking about PLC advantages. Only key points I have taken. Detailed information about this is available in the textbook. Flexibility is the first point. What do you mean by flexibility? It's not mechanical flexibility. The meaning of flexibility is if suppose logic change is asked to be done, easily it can be done. From that perspective, the flexibility term is given. Hope it is clear to everybody. Suppose
Yes, sir.
we are writing control system for pressure control system, pressure loop, so, and it is asked to replace that with temperature. We can very easily do that. That is called as flexibility. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. The next advantage is implementing changes and correcting error is very easy. Agree or not? Same point is repeated. Implementing changes and correcting errors. If suppose while executing, suppose we are getting some logical error, it is very easy to correct error with PLC because it is software implemented. Reason is
Yes.
it is software implemented. Large quantities of contact. What do you mean by contact? Contacts are nothing but inputs. It's represented in PLC like this, and in relay it is
Capacitor.
represented like this. It is not capacitor, it is input.
Capacitor symbol, sir.
Yeah, normally open. This is called as NO, normally open. And this is the corresponding relay representation. This can be called as symbol. Okay, and then this is one type of contact. Another type, we will discuss that thing later. So such type of contacts are available in large numbers in case of PLC because all are implemented with software. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Large quantities of contact can be easily made available in PLC. Lower cost. आप मानते हैं ये lower cost है? It all depends. अब आप बोलेंगे you want to implement a smaller type of control system, then it is not recommended to go to even PLC. You can go with hardware implementation. If it is very sophisticated, difficult, complex, in that case, implementing control system with PLC is economical. Agree or not?
Agree.
Okay. Pilot running. The meaning of pilot running is, see, this is our PLC. And this is connected to process. PLC is having a monitor. The meaning of pilot running is whatever parameter PLC is controlling of process plant, that can be visualized in this monitor. And also we can visualize this. PLC is actually connected to our computer. From computer screen, we can see whatever the thing running in process. That is called as pilot running. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
इधर देखो ये कंप्यूटर है, like I am seeing screen in the computer. Let us suppose that to my computer PLC is connected and that PLC is in turn connected to a process. Okay, so whatever happening to the process parameter, I can have a view either in the PLC monitor or right in our personal computer monitor. All the things can be easily views. यहाँ देखो ये कंप्यूटर में ये मैं प्रोग्राम लिखा, ये PLC का प्रोग्राम लिखा. Okay, what is happening to this particular input actually of process I can visualize. What is happening to this particular output of this process I can visualize. So that is called as pilot running. The running of process can be seen from this perspective. That is called as pilot running. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, visual observation is actually the extension of pilot running. Visual observation, right? We can observe whatever thing happening in the process. right in the computer, which is connected to process via a PLC. Agree?
Sir.
Visual observation of process parameters. Speed of operation. चलिए कोई प्रूफ करेगा स्पीड ऑफ ऑपरेशन?
Sir, it gives fast response.
Typo. Let us see the comparison. मान लो this controller is implemented with PLC. This controller is implemented with relay logic. Both are implementing same logics. Let us see the comparison. अब ये बताइए, the hardware which is available inside PLC is made with semiconductor. Agree or not? Whose clock frequency is nanoseconds, microseconds, milliseconds, right? How about relay logic? It is implemented with conductor. What is the speed of conductor? Seconds. The clock speed of conductor are in seconds. That is the reason PLC is faster than the relay logic. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Here the wiring in the PLC we are doing with the help of Boolean programming, which is also called as ladder programming. You need not to convert handwritten program into hard wiring, which we do in relay logic. Instead, in case of PLC programming, we realize the Boolean logic with the help of ladder drawing. Okay, so that is the reason we can say that it is equipped with Boolean programming or ladder programming as one of the advantage. Agree or not?
Agree, sir.
Yeah. Reliability, maintainability can be easily proved as the advantage of PLC. Simplicity of ordering control system components. In case of hard wiring, ordering is little difficult. But in case of software ordering, let us suppose that we have a set of outputs like Y1, Y2, so on up to Yn. One after the other, we suppose we want to order this thing. So that ordering in hardware is very easy, but in case of PLC, because all it is getting done with the help of software, so ordering control system components are quite easy. Agree? No? चलिए इसको वजाहत से बताता हूं मैं आपको. Let us suppose that this is rung 1. You know what is rung? Rung is nothing but one line of PLC. Suppose this is input x1, this is x2. Like this, I'm drawing so many rungs. This is rung 2. Okay, first I want to run y1, then y2, then I want to run suppose y10, then I want to run suppose y3. Like this ordering I need to do. This is called as control system components ordering. Very easily we can do in case of PLC programming, and it is getting done with the help of software. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, because things are getting or that the dealing is getting done, or the interfacing is there with softwares. That is the reason documentation about the process parameters are quite simple. नहीं तो क्या करना पड़ता मालूम है? You need to maintain a bigger ledger type of book and manually need to enter all process values. In case of PLC, that problem can be easily solved. Everything can be monitored, everything can be recorded, everything can be formatted. Hope it is clear to everybody.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next advantage is security. See, if suppose this is open control system, even a rat can go and make the security break, right? But it is computer related kind of thing. We can provide different types of locks. The simplest locking we can provide by providing by thinking of high secure system is inserting a password or key type of encrypting stuff, right? Hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
चलिए, ease of changes by reprogramming, a repeated thing already discussed earlier. So these are the few advantages of PLC programming. ये भी एक possible long answer question आ सकता है देखो. Is it clear? Can I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Disadvantages. Actually, these disadvantages are written earlier. Now these disadvantages are also made or transformed into advantages. PLC is no more newer technology. 2003 is, we are now living in the year 2020-21. So that's why it's never a newer technology, right? Somebody asked you, nobody asked this question, disadvantages of PLC, but still somebody asked, apart from writing newer technology, you need to mention that it is written in the text that it is newer technology. It is no more newer technology, it is older technology. However, if it is implemented with the help of, see here, nanotechnology. You know what is nanotechnology? If it is implemented with nanotechnology, nanotechnology means the transistor size is in the range of nanometer. जैसे समझो ट्रांजिस्टर का साइज है, समझो ये लेंथ है, ये ब्रेथ है, ये दोनों मिला के 180 नैनोमीटर हो रहा, समझ जाओ, तो उसको नैनोमीटर बोलेंगे. ये ट्रांजिस्टर है, पास ट्रांजिस्टर 90 नैनोमीटर के रहते, वो टेक्नोलॉजी से VLSI चिप बनाते, and some more are still smaller. Then that will be a newer technology. This is from the point of view of hardware. From the point of view of another hardware, suppose we are using augmented reality, virtual reality. In that case also, if suppose that is added with PLC, then we can say that it is newer technology. However, if it is asked, you can write no problem, newer technology. Okay. Next is fixed program application. That is very, very important point. If you are using only PLC, it is called as autonomous system. Autonomous system means system without input. System without input. Autonomous means no input. Array, no system input is missing. PLC based system is called as autonomous system. Autonomous system is system is not having any input. So suppose we are doing production of this thing. So suppose one day the sale has grown to 100 unit. Second day we want to increase it to 200 unit. If suppose we do not have provision to feed input, then in that case it is called as autonomous system. So what can we do is we can add to PLC a software called as SCADA. This is nothing but supervisory control and data acquisition system. If this is added, then it cannot be called as 100% autonomous system. It is called as semi-autonomous system. So that is the point which is highlighted over here. Don't make use of only PLC. Make use of PLC with this SCADA software so that it becomes semi-autonomous. Hope it is clear to everybody. समझ में आई बात? Okay. You see, if suppose we are doing automation operation of some particular process. Okay, that process is actually comparing the set point value, okay, with the measured value and accordingly maintaining the process parameter. And that is what happening with PLC. Then what happen is it is called as 100% autonomous system. So that is called as fixed program application. In reality, it is not accepted. In reality, we need to change the production information, or we need to change the value of set point so many times. In that case, we need to add another software with PLC called as SCADA software to make it semi-autonomous or semi-automatic. And that is the problem with PLC that can be avoided by adding SCADA software. Hope it is clear to everybody. Still, if it is not clear, you can skip this particular point. Fixed program application. Now, environmental consideration. While designing PLC, we keep all industrial environment into consideration, like the environment of the process in which the PLC system is getting kept is hazardous. So it is the implementation is considered to counter to that particular problem. So it is okay. Environmental consideration. We are discussing about the disadvantage. Poor design of PLC may lead to environmental consideration effect. That depends upon purely design. So this fail-safe operation, fixed circuit operation is again leads to fixed program application. Usually disadvantages are not coming in the question. Still, if it is asked, you can mention these things. About fail-safe operation, I will explain you about fail-safe operation while discussing some of the practical problems which we will see in unit 2 and unit 3 about PLC. Fail-safe का मतलब क्या होता है मालूम है? मैं आपको simply से बता दूं. Suppose we are relying on control system. Suppose sulfuric acid bottle filling operation is getting done. Bottle पूरा fill हो गया. The power to PLC is cut by some mistake, and still power to the relay is going. क्या होता मालूम है? The buffer is connected with logic high. So that logic high is still connected to the solenoid valve and filling is still continuously going. Because we have not done proper designing of power fail-safe operation, that's why if that is not considered, that leads to the problem of disadvantage. नहीं समझे बात? Not clear? अभी समझ में नहीं आता हो, जब मैं बताऊंगा तब समझ में आता. इधर देखिए आप लोग, ये PLC है. This PLC is connected to, okay, a bottle filling plant. ये solenoid valve है, समझ जाइए. Solenoid valve is filling a sulfuric acid bottle. Filling operation is getting done. Suppose the power to this is gone. Power is gone. यहाँ एक रहता है relay, यहाँ एक रहता है buffer. The last signal given to this buffer is high. So solenoid valve is still getting high. It means that it keep this valve on. Filling चलते रहता. यहाँ power चले गया, logic off हो गई. लेकिन इन्हें battery operated है. Somehow assume that this thing happens. Then in that case, the filling continues and it may spoil the surrounding area with sulfuric acid. That is called as fail-safe operation. We need to take care of this particular problem. If power gone at one place, it should gone everywhere. All the devices connected to your PLC should be operated with single power. That is called as fail-safe operation. Fixed program operation, fixed circuit operation, same thing. Environmental consideration means if suppose design is poor, hazardous area will eat away your PLC. जैसे समझो एसिडिक एरिया में आप PLC लेके जाके डाल दिए, क्या करता उन्हें PLC को? क्या करता? If suppose we kept our PLC in acidic area, what happened? अरे यार है आप लोग चले गए हेलो
है सर।
Yes, sir. है sir present.
थोड़ा बोरिंग दिख रहा क्या हाँ फिर से एक बार देख लीजिए ओके न्यूअर टेक्नोलॉजी एक्सप्लेनेशन हैव गिवन फिक्स्ड प्रोग्राम एप्लीकेशन मींस 100% automatic with PLC don't do that add a software to make it semi automatic okay so that is the disadvantage environmental consideration means if suppose PLC is made with semiconductor that is nothing but a microprocessor based system if suppose we don't have proper design shielding proper nahi hai samajho PLC ki suppose the shielding of PLC is not proper and it is kept in an area which is hazardous then what happened it gets spoiled that is a possible disadvantage fail-safe operation just now I explained I will come back to this thing while designing the PLC overall system see to it that this problem should not affect your logic realization or implementation okay the fixed program application and fixed circuit operation both are same and one because earlier it used to be circuit with PLC it become program so fixed program application can be solved by adding software again fixed circuit operation can be solved by adding another software so these are the 4 or 5 disadvantages of involving PLC for control and monitoring implementation in our process control system. So that's all from today's class. Hope you enjoy this thing.